You might have heard that live shopping is exploding. And I have to tell you, I have been on Whatnot for a couple of weeks now, and I see why it is. Now, Whatnot is my sponsor, and they are the reason I got on the platform and checked it out. I'm glad they did. They made it easy for me. I'm going to make it easy for you. I love it. Whatnot is where you get great products without paying full price. It's that simple. I'm hooked on their live shows, too. You got to see them. They're so much fun. And I see why Whatnot has climbed to the top of the App Store. And listen, if you're selling online, or maybe you have a storefront and you're hoping people will find your listing or maybe walk in your store, Whatnot flips that, because on Whatnot, you go live and you sell directly to people in real time. And I may admit, although you didn't hear from me, I may have picked up a couple of power tools or so in the past couple of days. I'm just saying. Whatnot, it's the largest dedicated live shopping platform with beauty, collectibles, electronics, luxury, fashion, even cookies, and anyone can sell. In fact, people who sell on Whatnot sell 10 times as much as any other major marketplace. That's because you're not just listing products, you're building real connections with buyers. So whether you're shopping or you're selling, download the Whatnot app today and get free shipping on your first order. Just search WHATNOT, Whatnot, in the App Store and start scoring amazing deals. So I was whining to my wife the other day, said, I need new glasses. And she said, well, get some. I couldn't tighten them anymore. They were scratched. You know the thing, right? But I didn't want to go through the process because you have to make the appointment. You have to spend weeks to get them done. And you got to pay a fortune, right? That's real. But I did. I spent $500 on frames and glasses, and that was cheap. And then I ordered a pair from my sponsor, Zenni Optical, for $70. Zenni is an online eyewear shop, prescription glasses, sunglasses, blue light lenses, starting at under $30. You go to Zenni.com, you pick a frame, upload your prescription, and they ship it to your door. No appointment, no store, no upsell at the counter. And by the way, if you are saying, do I really need new glasses, or do I have to put up with one pair to do everything I need to do for the next 2 years? No, you can get what you want starting at under $30. And if you've never bought glasses online, don't worry about it. I haven't either. Zenni has a virtual try-on so you can see exactly how the frame looks before you commit to buying them, with no salesman looking at you saying, those look good, but these expensive ones would look better. No, you don't get that. I'm excited. I can't wait to get my Zenni glasses and tell you more about them. If your glasses are overdue for a refresh, now's the time. Go to Zenni.com/podcast and use the code podcast15 for 15% off your first order. The styles sell out, so don't sit on it. That's Zenni.com/podcast. Promo code podcast15. So everybody has a different opinion on life, about life and what it ought to be. I'm just thinking about a really nasty joke my dad used to tell me about opinions. Everybody has one. They're like, well, you know, if you know the joke, you know the joke. Okay. But I think we can all agree that we would like to make the most of our days and our lives. I think that's kind of what we're going for here, right? In other words, when somebody asks, how you doing? You say, great. And you really mean it. When's the last time you said great and really meant it, huh? Yeah, I'm doing all right. Yeah. We'll talk about that today, okay? It is a daily boost from motivationtomove.com, the positive boost you need every single day. I know sometimes it's not all that rah-rah unicorn or rainbow positivity, but if you listen closely between the lines, you realize it's not that. It's like, no, wait a second. If we see it for what it is positive because we can actually do it. It's none of this stuff that it's not a rainbow all the time. Sometimes it's a storm. It's okay. We can make the storm great. It is a daily boost from motivationtomove.com. This is episode 5074. That is hard to believe. It's more hard to believe the vocal cords can take 5,074 episodes. Good to have you. My name is Scott Smith. Thanks for stopping by today. Yeah, it's like one of the calls earlier this week as we were talking, I think, baselines and peaceful bases and all that things. And I remember I kind of sit back there, and I'm kind of a really intuitive coach, a common sense kind of guy, but very intuitive. I listen, I put pieces together. I use all that memory that I have to bring things together from years and years of doing this. And I remember I just cocked my head and they said, what are you doing? What are you thinking about? And I said, well, all this stuff we talk about and every single day on the Daily Boost, if you listen to this show, trying to pick you up, trying to move you forward, trying to get you to stand up, take a step from free, to make you believe that you can do, I hold space and pour belief into you that if you do this little thing and you go out into the day, you can do better today and then even better tomorrow. And they said, well, what are you thinking right now? I said, it's just all about making the day pretty good. Well, we want it great. We want it incredible. I don't know about you. A lot of people say that. I mean, that's the pump you up kind of motivational mentality. And I believe in that too, by the way. I like to do that. Let's make it great. Let's go. Whoa, it's awesome. Let's elevate. But at the end of the day, is that where your happiness is? Not really. At the end of the day, the day is pretty good. Life is pretty good. I'm pretty content. I'm pretty peaceful. Peace of mind, right? End of the day, that's kind of what we want. And yes, all the exciting stuff too. You see,
This is complicated. I just want to be very clear about that. I want you to go for everything and do everything you needed to get it pumped up and get over the top. I get it. But always look inside yourself and say, what am I really looking for here? What I really want? And I will tell you, it's just, you want pretty good. So let's talk about this average perfect day concept. Now, I started talking about this way back in 2006 or 7, something like that. A lot of people have talked about this concept before. Some people have stolen the name I gave it. That's okay. It's whatever. It's out there, right? I'm not gonna die on this hill. But an average perfect day is based on a very simple concept. That we want to live a perfect day. But you're not going to, are you? Come on, Scott, we can live a perfect day. Okay, can you live a perfect day every single day? Have you ever lived for your entire life, every single day has been absolutely perfect? Now, hang on, I'm getting deep now. Theoretically, you better believe I'm perfect. I got out of bed, I am breathing. That's a pretty perfect day. If you just want to break it down to the ridiculous, right? That's theoretically it's good. If you're a faithful person, you better believe it's good. I got everything I need. Every day is perfect. But usually it's not. Usually something gets in your way, doesn't it? So the concept is this. So ride with me on this if you want to. If you could, on average, have every day being pretty good, an average perfect day, and you did that for the entire course of your life, wouldn't that be pretty cool? I think it would be. I think it'd be all right. If you sat in your rocking chair, the old rocking chair test, when you're 85 years old in the rocking chair, is there anything you would regret? I hope so. If you don't regret a bunch of stuff in your life, you have not lived your life, I promise you that. But if you're sitting there, even if you regretted it, you'd say, but overall, it was pretty good. Isn't that what you want? Let's put it the other way to wake you up a little bit. If you're sitting in the rocking chair at 85 years old and you say, my life sucked, I just want to die. Do you want to be that? Do you want to do that? No, but I promise you, people do end up there. They do. You chase and chase and chase, and one day time runs out and you're like, man, I didn't catch. That's why we don't want to go there. We want to be happy where we are while we pursue. So the average perfect day is just that. It's trying to create an average perfect day. Now, how do we do that? Well, your subconscious mind's a pretty beautiful thing. You can use the power to design exactly the life you want, and it's pretty easy to do. So your subconscious mind is guiding your conscious mind. Its job is to do what's best for you. That's all. It's not going to hurt you. I know you might have these thoughts that are not good for you. We all have thoughts that are not good for us. But the subconscious mind is the one in the backside that's saying, oh, are you sure? No, you really don't want to do that. No. It's all good. So your subconscious mind wants to help you. It's also the one that's looking out for you, looking out for the things you want. So if we know the subconscious mind is looking out for things that we want, and you're thinking about the things you want instead of the things you don't want to want, hang on, sidebar before we continue. A lot of y'all, you've heard this, you get what you focused on, right? Well, usually when I talk to people, when I ask them what they want, they tell me what they don't want. Well, if you're focused on what you don't want, you need to get that out of your life. You're just going to get more of it. Happens. So average perfect day is about designing and deciding what you do want and focusing on that every single day. But how do we do that? How do we focus on the average perfect day?
Study and play come together on a Windows 11 PC. And for a limited time, college students get the best of both worlds. Get the Unreal College Deal. Everything you need to study and play with select Windows 11 PCs. Eligible students get a year of Microsoft 365 Premium and a year of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate with a custom color Xbox wireless controller. Learn more at windows.com/student offer. While supplies last. Ends June 30th. Terms at aka.ms/collegepc.
Well, the first step is to write down, event by event, and a vision of your perfect day. You sit down right now, when this show's over, just say, okay, for today or for tomorrow, this is how I want my day. If I could do it perfectly, what time do I get up? What kind of coffee do I drink? Do I work? Do I not work? Do I have dogs? What house do I live in? Do I have a boat? Whatever it is for you. I don't care. It is pure fantasy right now. It's not real. Some of it may be real. You're actually living it today. Some of it may be fantasy, but I'm just telling you, if you don't write it down, if you don't get a vision of what you want, if you don't at least have a conversation with yourself about what you want to do every single day, then you're going to do what everybody else wants you to do. That's all there is to it. So the first step is to literally say to yourself, I'm just going to write down if I could do my perfect day, what would it be? And yes, a perfect work day may be different than a perfect weekend day, and it may be different than a perfect holiday. I give you carte blanche. Have a couple of them if you want to, okay? But you sit down and you say, okay, I'm going to get up at 5:45. I'm going to get kissed by my dogs. I will then walk my dogs. I'll get kissed by them again. I'll have some overnight oats because my wife is Mr. Oat, Mrs. Oat. And that's a good start to my day. Now, there's a rule to this as well. If you sit down and you say, this is what I want my day to be, the rule is there are no rules. There are no limitations. There are no consequences. When you're doing this, when you sit down and do it after the show today or tomorrow morning, you say, Scott told me to sit down and write what my average perfect day could be. If I could make it, what would it be? But I can't have any rules. I can't have any limiting beliefs, as we all like to say in this business. And there are no consequences, good or bad, whatever. I don't even care. I'm just going to write down what I want and go for it. That's the beginning. To write down what you want and understanding there's no rules, limitations, consequences to anything. And yes, you're thinking there probably are. I'm telling you right now, at least have the exercise of pretending there are not. Because imagination is where it all begins. And when you begin to imagine, your subconscious mind, the all-powerful you, says, oh, that's what you want? You're finally going to take some time to write it down and tell me exactly what you want? I've known that forever, but now that you're actually saying it, why don't I go out and help you get it? That's what your subconscious mind is going to do. And it's going to say, before it helps you get what you want, it's like, hey, listen, Mr. You, subconscious mind here. Do you really believe it? Do you believe it can be yours? Do you believe you deserve it? You can say, well, yeah, that's why I wrote it down. Scott told me to. I believe it. All right, buckle up, Buttercup. Let's go get it. We're taking conscious control of what you want. We're opening up the gates and saying no limitations, no consequences. If we could, what would we do? And then we're taking a moment to believe we can. Because ultimately, it's a law of attraction equation. If you don't believe that what you want to attract can be attracted, if you don't believe you can do that, it's not going to happen. The universe is far too smart for that. Not going to give you anything that you don't believe you can do. I'm telling you. A lot of ways to interpret that last sentence in there. Just thought about 10 right when I said it. Follow those steps. Your subconscious mind is going to go after everything you want. Life is going to be pretty good for you. Okay, tomorrow we're going to come back and some billionaire habits. You got $1 billion in the bank? You want to take me out to dinner? That'd be awesome. We'll talk about billionaires, millionaires, things like that. Some habits you have to put in place to live the way you want to live. Everything Me is at motivationtomove.com. Go there. Find out more. I'll see you tomorrow.